Welcome to 100 New Patients. Get ready to learn how to attract more ideal patients, fill your schedule, and maximize your production. Here's your host, Kent Sears.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to 100 New Patients. I'm your host, Kent Sears. This is the online event where you have the opportunity to hear from the leading experts in the dental industry on how you can increase your new patient growth within your practice. Today, I'm joined by Mike Pedersen. Mike is the founder and CEO of a company called The Dental Boost. It's a dental marketing consultancy that's focused on internet marketing. You're likely familiar with some of Mike's work. He's been featured across several articles in Dentistry IQ, DrBicuspid.com, Dental Town, Dental Entrepreneur Magazine. He's an expert in website marketing, search engine optimization. So I'm glad to have him here with us today. Mike, thank you for joining us.
Kent, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to dropping some good value bombs.
Excellent. I'm sure you will. Well, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit more to our audience. Tell us a little bit about your path to where you are today and what you and your company are really focused on.
I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, so I truly have not had a boss since the age of 21. So
that's awesome.
I can proudly say that. I'm a junkie for small business. I got my chops in internet marketing back in 2000 when I launched the world's first golf fitness membership website back in 2000. And it was kind of cool. It was kind of ahead of its time. And Tiger Woods, I should probably send him a Christmas card. He was he was strong on the scene. He brought fitness to the marketplace. Yep. And I built it to a 7-figure business by myself. So it was kind of fun. It was very successful. And then something in 2008 dramatically happened that we'll all never forget about. Mm-hmm. And when that happened, I watched my business revenues plummet 80% in 6 months. And as a true entrepreneur, I wrote it out for a couple of years and kept telling my wife, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. And by 2010, I told her I can't do it anymore. And I thought, God, I know all this stuff about the internet. I've spent 10 solid years. I had 82,000 golf subscribers on my email list. I had over 1.6 million views on my golf videos on YouTube, all these things. I thought, what can I do with this? And I thought, I love offline business, and I always have my whole entire life. And I met a couple of dental influencers here in Scottsdale, and I had a coffee meeting with one of them that was supposed to be a 15-minute meeting that turned into a 4-hour meeting. And this particular person said, I've been waiting to meet a guy like you, and they proceeded to send me all their clients. And I called my mom up, who was in the dental industry as well, working for ADEC up in Newburgh, Oregon. Mm-hmm. ADEC's a big dental equipment company up there. And so I called her and I go, Mom, guess what I'm doing now? And typical mom, she goes, what are you doing now? And I said, I'm in dental marketing. And she said, you're what? And so she, again, it was kind of funny, full circle that I end up in dental marketing. And 6 years have gone by, and we're constantly evolving our offerings, and we truly, truly, truly want to help the dentist. It's frustrating to hear what's going on out there, Kent. There's a lot of bad stuff out there in the marketing world for dentists. Mm-hmm. And I just truly, in my heart and bones, just want to help these dentists.
What's the primary things that your business focuses on within internet marketing?
The two core ones, really, a lot of marketing companies kind of try to do it all. Mm-hmm. And, we do Facebook, we do Google Ads, we do this, we do that. Our two strong specialties are custom website design, built for Google and built for conversions. Okay. We're proud to say that. And our second thing is what we call specialty SEO, where we actually help dentists dominate their areas for specialties like Invisalign, orthodontics, sleep apnea, dental implants. So we're kind of really positioned with those two service offerings.
Okay, excellent. I love that. Very, very clear focus. Let's talk about, if it's okay, website design first. So, obviously in this day and age, having a quality website is critical. Why is it, tell us a little bit about why is it so important to have that really high quality website out there in today's market?
Well, dentists need to understand one thing. Your website is your online storefront. So it's equivalent of the front of your dental practice. And so if somebody walked up to your dental practice and it had cracked windows and cobwebs everywhere and a door that was cracked open and didn't close all the way, so all these bad things with the same thing with a website. And so now people that land on the internet, and we found out through research, and you'll find it anywhere on the internet, 85% of the people that get on the internet looking for a local service are women. Women. And these women don't have a lot of time. They're running around doing lots of things, wearing different hats in the household. Their patience is about that much now. It's that much. So their expectation of an updated current website is at an all-time high. It's way, way up there. So if they land on a dental website that does not give them the information they're looking for quickly, and if it doesn't operate the way they want it to operate, they are going to hit that back button, never to come back to your website ever again.
Yeah.
So it's very critical.
Yeah, absolutely. Where do you feel, if you think about, obviously websites have come such a long way in the past 10 years, not just in dentistry, all over, but is dentistry a little bit behind the times still? And is
of
that
course.
Okay. So what are some of the critical elements that people need to think about when they think about a high quality website? What has to be there? You mentioned call to action, absolutely critical. What are some of the other elements?
Well, mobile optimize, mobile. The majority of people now search on their mobile devices. If your website does not look good on a mobile device, number one, that's going to hurt your Google rankings anyways. And number two, you're going to give a poor user experience to that person that's on their phone or even their iPad. Even though the iPad's a bigger screen, it's still, your website has to look good on those mobile devices. That's critical. Another element that 99% of dentists are not getting is video. Over 75% of internet traffic right now is video. Video. Now that could be because like Netflix, Amazon Prime, they could be skewing those numbers a little bit because we all spend a lot of hours a week on Netflix and things. But the bottom line is people are consuming video at an unbelievable rate now. So dentists are losing a huge opportunity not having short, concise 60-second videos talking about veneers, talking about Invisalign, talking about the brand of their practice, what they believe in. And it's so funny that I spend almost all day, every day with my clients on the phone, begging them to shoot me a video. I even go to the point now of writing their scripts. I will do it all for them. I write the script. I tell them how to use their smartphone to where they don't have to get a videographer. I make it so easy for them. In 10 minutes, they could shoot a video. They could quadruple their conversions on any service they offer overnight.
Let's talk a little bit more about video, because this is a big trend right now. And a lot of dental websites don't have video yet, and it might be because it's a little bit of an unknown, not sure best practices. So I want to go two paths. One is you have a dentist who's interested in doing a more high-end professional, bringing in a photographer, doing the full setup. So let's start there. Tell me, what are the things they should be looking for when they hire out for that service? What are the critical elements they need to be thinking about?
Well, I'm gonna stop you for a quick second.
Okay.
Dentists don't, and videographers that might watch this video could shoot me afterwards. But there's something that's said to be authentic.
Okay.
And when you have a polished video, where the music's softly playing and the camera pans in on the practice and all these fancy things are flying in there, it's too polished, in my opinion, and people get turned off by that. It's too commercial.
Okay.
People, that's why you've got Facebook Live and you've got Snapchat and you've got Instagram videos. People wanted to see a real human being. They want to see the dentist just be a normal human being. And so I sort of shy away from those real high-end videos, and they're very expensive. I mean, you're talking a video shoot. If you come away with 5 or 10 edited videos from a full day shoot, you're $5,000 or $10,000 at a minimum.
Yeah.
Where the way we're telling people to do it, take your smartphone that you already own, and if you don't have it, one of your staff members has it for sure. Hold it horizontal so it looks good into a video player. Get it chest high so that it's intimate with the dentist, and just let the dentist talk. Talk about veneers, talk about implants, talk about restorations, all those different things, and you've got an authentic video that will convert all day long.
I love it. So that was the second half of my question as well. What about the people out there that are saying, I don't want to spend 5 10 grand on videos? Exactly. Do it yourself. And is that acceptable? And you're saying absolutely it is.
Absolutely.
Any other tips or tricks for somebody that's going to go out and do it themselves? Anything to, what about patient testimonials? Are those something they should be?
Yes, but let me tell you a couple of things with the videos.
Yep.
You want to have quiet. You don't want to have like background noise. I would not do it during office hours because that background noise is going to be way too distracting.
No.
I would make sure you've got good lighting. So you just pick a room, or if you can get natural lighting coming through a window, great.
Yeah.
Don't have too much behind you. Don't have anything real busy behind you because you want people to focus on you, not on like 3 or 4 certificates that they're trying to read what's on that certificate. Nothing like that, but that's really, really important. And then with audio, you don't need a mic, but if you do it on a smartphone, talk just a little louder because you don't want it, because if that volume comes through too low, they're gonna get very annoyed and they're gonna click the stop button and not watch that video. So just be prepared in a smartphone to talk just a little bit louder than you normally do. So lighting, background, and the noise. If you can fix those, then you've got a shot at a good video.
Good. All right, everybody listening, there you go. You've got the 1, 2, 3 to
there
shoot
you go.
Do it yourself video. Put
That's
that
right.
on your website. Perfect. All right, I love it. Very practical. Mike, tell me, what are some of the other hot trends right now that you're seeing in dental website design? So what's kind of cutting edge right now that's helping people stand out from the competition? Because if you go out there and you look at 5 dental websites, there's a lot of similarity in the look and the feel and the usability. How can you stand out in a crowded marketplace?
Well, the thing about website usability that I think a lot of people get caught up in is that they think that all these bright, shiny objects and moving, flying across the screen things are cool. But from a usability standpoint, people get on the internet because they have a problem and they're looking for a solution.
Yeah.
So that solution should be readily available and easily findable on a website. So if you start getting too fancy with quote unquote cutting edge stuff where things are moving all over the place, you're going to annoy that visitor and they're gone. They're gone. So it really is simple is better. And you know, I had I'm totally transparent, Kent, you know that. And I'm going to say something kind of funny. It made me laugh the other day, but I had a kind of a hotshot dentist back east doing 3 or 4 million a year. Looked at my websites, and remember, I've been a web usability guy for 17 years now. I've looked at over 2,500 dental websites.
Yeah.
And he said, my websites look dated. My custom websites for my clients. And I said, no, they're simple.
Yeah.
I said, they're clean and they're simple. So I can't wait to see whatever company he hires and sees what it looks like to see it, because I know what it's going to look like. It's going to be all moving objects and things flying all over the place. And that website, I'm sorry to say, is not going to convert. So I'm proud to say that he said my websites look dated because I said, you know what? That's a compliment to me. Clean, simple, easy to navigate is really the name of the game here. Lots of white space. I'll tell you another usability factor. Don't have dark websites with reverse fonts. So don't have a black background or a dark brown background and like inverted fonts, like a white font or a tan font because it's very hard to read that text on a dark background. So a lot of people think that the dark background looks real trendy and pretty and elegant and sophisticated. But remember, are you building it for you to be proud to look at it? Or are you building it for the user to take action on your website?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's the latter.
Exactly. So I know, like you said, usability is a big thing. Tell us a little bit about what's the average experience look like for somebody that's out there shopping for a dentist, right? I mean, so, plenty of dental websites, tons of good information on them. You could easily spend 15, 20, 30 minutes on that site. People don't. Tell me about the average path for a user. They come to a website. What do they do? How long are they on that front page? How many pages do they typically click through? I think this is helpful for people to understand what the typical user experience is really like in the marketplace.
Well, dental is a very interesting niche. With my golf site, I had people that would land on my golf site and spend 10 to 15 minutes and go through like 9 pages.
Absolutely.
They watch 3 videos all the way through, and my videos were 4 and 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
So they were spending upwards of a half an hour on my golf site. Dentistry is way different.
Yes.
They have a problem. They're looking for a solution. That's it. So whether they chipped a tooth or they're looking for a new dentist or they're interested in Invisalign or you know, they saw some you know, Oprah Winfrey show, and somebody got veneers, a smile makeover. They want to go find what they're looking for quickly. So let's say somebody saw some TV program and it was a celebrity had veneers, and it's just amazing. So the person types in, you know, smile makeover veneers, Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
Right, and they land on a website. They better be able to find those veneer section very quickly. Yeah. And when they find that section, I'm going to give you a couple of great tips for these dentists that are listening to this that will increase their conversions overnight, which is this. When somebody lands on your website, you need to show them your work. You want to see how good of a dentist you are. That's called a before and after picture. Most of the web pages that we analyze have no before and after pictures on them. People want to see the hope. They want to see the potential that could happen with their smile from the work that you've done on a previous patient. So that's a huge usability tip I'm just giving out to your viewers right now, is put before and after images on all of your service pages, not just on a smile gallery page. If you've got a good veneer case you did, that should be at the top of your veneer page. If you did a good implant case, top of your implant. If you did a good Invisalign, top of the Invisalign. So that's a huge conversion element, Kent, is when you show your work right at the very beginning of a page at the top there, people are going to go, oh my gosh, they did that. I want him, or I want that her. And most of the websites that are built by the big companies out there miss that very critical conversion element right there.
Yeah. That's a great point. So, you know, people out there that have a website, and most dentists do, but a lot of them are thinking, it's been a couple of years since I built this. You know, maybe I'm due for a refresh. It doesn't, you know, I've seen other ones that maybe look a little prettier. Tell me about the lifespan of a website for a dentist. Is it, you know, how often should people be looking at getting it refreshed, or at least doing some sort of an overhaul to it? Is it a 1-year lifetime? Is it a 3-year lifetime? Does it just depend on the situation? How do you know when it's time for a new website?
Awesome question. That's a phenomenal question. I would say anywhere between 2 and 3 years, you should kind of take a step back of your website, see how it's the big question here, Kent, is it performing? If you're getting traffic to your website and you're not getting phone calls, your website needs to be fixed. It's not performing, and you can check that out through your Google Analytics. See how many unique visitors you get per month. If you get 500 visitors per month and you're only getting 4 phone calls, that's not very good. If you're getting 500 visitors and you're getting 20 or 30 phone calls, that's pretty good, you know, for internet standards. But so if you're driving traffic to your website and people aren't converting, something's wrong with your website. And typically we kind of look at a 2 to 3 year period where at 2 years you could do like a refresh of the homepage maybe. 3 years or more, you're looking at pretty much a website redesign, because Google, you know, they're coding the code for that's on the back end of a website. Google's changing it all the time. And right now a big one is page speed, load speed. How fast does a website load? And that's a ranking factor now. And that's also a usability factor. If you get on a website and you click on a veneer page and that thing takes forever to load and it goes and goes and goes, people are gone. And that's what we refer to as a high bounce rate. That means somebody has landed on your website and within 5 seconds they've left your website. And dental websites are notorious for that, because they're, you know, I hate to say this, and dentists aren't going to want to hear this, but people are not rabid to spend a lot of time on a dental website. They have an issue, they want a solution, that's it. They're not going to keep clicking page after page after page and read this stuff.
And I want to hit a point and just make really sure everyone listening understands this. What you're saying, Mike, is if your website does not load in a short period of time, that will negatively impact your SEO ranking.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, people, that's really important to understand. So again, back to your message of simplicity, right?
Right. Clean, simple, fast-loading websites. Yep.
So there's a lot of options out there when it comes to website design. You know, prices are all over the board. There's tons of people that provide them. Help someone out there that's listening, thinking about a new website or doing a refresh. What are the key factors that they need to think about when they're making this assessment of where to get their new website from, right? I mean, you've got options where you can spend a lot of money.
Yep.
You know, I won't throw out numbers, but we all know there's sky's the limit.
They can go way up.
You can do it free. You can build one yourself if you're really on a shoestring budget. I mean, there's a lot of places you can do that. Without telling, you know, our audience what they should do, kind of give them like the 3 things that they should be considering when they think about the investment into the website.
Well, I mean, it's just critical that they realize the number one reason for a website to begin with is for people to pick up the phone and call their practice. That's it. That is it. There's really no other reason. The second reason, maybe it's a form fill, you know, a form on your website. Maybe it's a smile analysis that you're trying to drive traffic to, like a smile analysis survey that they fill out, you know, check mark 9 or 10 questions, hit the submit button and give you their information. But the bottom line is you want to get your website to convert. And you mentioned the phrase call to action early on.
Yeah.
I'm a huge implementer of that. And we should talk about this real quick. So when you have you should treat every page of your website like what we refer to as a landing page. And in the marketing world, a landing page is built to get somebody to take action. And a landing page has what we call, or we refer to as calls to actions. And a call to action be call us today, 555-555-5555, right? So you put the phone number and you have the phrase call us today. And maybe you make it in a button format so it really jumps off the page. That's what we refer to as a call to action. Every dental website should have 2 of those on every page. One near the top, you know, so people, remember this, when some people don't want to read a lot of words on a dental website. So even when you have great copy, which we provide lots of really good dental copy for, and Google likes content. So you got to kind of do it. It's a kind of devil's advocate. You got to do it for Google, but most people are not going to read a whole content page. So you better get that call to action higher up so that if they read one paragraph, there's that button right smack there, and they don't have to look for it. It's right there. They can take action.
Yeah.
So when you're building a website, just look at it this way. Every page, not just your homepage, every page on that website should be built like a landing page built for conversions, period.
Yep, exactly. Perfect. A lot of good information on the website there. Let's move over to SEO. So the other, you know, another area where you're certainly an expert in. And I'll say this, I think SEO is a mystery to a lot of people out there, and certainly to dentists. I mean, this is it's not something that the average person has an in-depth knowledge base about. And it's also a very complicated topic to really understand how SEO works. There's a lot that's unknown. Tell us a little bit about just why SEO is so critical. And then maybe if you can shed some light on how SEO works. And by SEO, I'm talking about search engine optimization for those who aren't familiar with it.
Right. Well, and I'll try to not get too geeky. It's so easy for me to get geeky, and that's not what this is about. But, you know, people go to the internet when they're looking for a solution, right? And when you think of human psychology, I have a problem. Where am I going to go to find the solution? It's going to be on my computer in the comfort of my own home. So just everybody needs to realize that, and right now Google's the big game in town and probably will be for the next little while, but you know what? You never know. Google's starting to do some things, and I'll mention those in a couple of minutes, that could hurt them in the near future. And people say, well, Google's never going away. They're a $500 billion company, but they're doing some things now that I'll mention that I think our listeners should hear that will give some insight into kind of a deeper knowledge of understanding Google. But when you think of search engine optimization, it's constantly evolving. And so a lot of the dentists that talk to me say, okay, Mike, so if you give me your rankings, I'm good to go, right? I can stop. I'm good, right? Well, not necessarily, because the next update that comes along, potentially they could start dropping in rankings because they're not staying current with Google best practices.
Yeah.
And that's great for us SEO companies, by the way. That's good for us. that keeps us in business.
Exactly.
But truth be told, it's something that the dentist has no idea what that's all about. Like you said, SEO is got a bad name in dentistry right now. It's got a bad name in a lot of businesses, because unfortunately there's a lot of companies out there that have overpromised, underdelivered, and the end consumer, whether it's a dentist, a plumber, whoever that hired SEO companies, they feel sort of, I hate to use this word, but they feel kind of burned.
Mm-hmm.
And I have these calls, Kent, every day. Every day of the week, where the dentist is like, what makes you different? I've tried SEO 3 times.
Well, and let's face it, it's a little bit of a zero-sum game, right? Because if there's, top 10 rankings, for someone to move up, someone's got to move down, right? And like you said, the algorithms are constantly changing. It's never static, right? So it's complex.
Right. And not only that, here's something that I want to tell everybody that I think it's a lot of fun for me to talk about this, because I had an aha moment about a year and a half ago. But so people now are using Google more intuitively. Mm-hmm. Okay. So when they go to search for something, and I want you to think about it, and I want all the viewers to think about this. The last time you used Google, when you typed something in, did you type a very general phrase, 1 or 2 words, or did you type something more specific? Mm-hmm. And let me ask you that, Kent. Do you type general phrases, or do you get pretty specific?
I'll go both ways. And here's what I would say is I feel like Google actually has learned very well what I'm about to ask. And so it's contextual.
Yeah, because most people know that to save time, being frustrated typing in general terms, mm-hmm. they're almost going to type in questions, believe it or not. And I'll talk about something else real quick here that's very exciting as well. But typically people type in longer phrases that are real specific to their problem. Mm-hmm. And let me give you an example. And this was my aha moment about a year and a half ago. And this allowed me to pivot my whole SEO company and go after it. And we're kind of positioned right now in a different light than most of the companies out there. But I had a clogged bathroom sink. This is kind of funny story. And I used Drano, and I used all this stuff. And my wife was like, fix this thing. It's nasty, right? And I couldn't get it unclogged. And so I said, I better get a plumber, right? And the first thing I thought of was, I don't want to just look for a general plumber. So I typed in, I got goosebumps. I typed in, unclog my bathroom sink, Phoenix plumber. Look how long that is, right?
Yeah.
But I wanted something specific to I was looking for a solution to my specific problem. And when I did it after the fact, I landed on a page. The plumber had a video. There you go with your video.
There you go.
60-second video. Guess what? He was at my house the next day. He made $100.
Yep, that's such a great example. I mean, the parallels to dentistry are just so easy to see. So
everybody that listens to this, understand, people are smarter using Google now. They're going to type in specific. A good example would be if somebody's interested in Invisalign, they might type in cost of Invisalign, Portland, Oregon. Cost of Invisalign, Portland dentist. But see, that's 5 words. That's not Invisalign, Portland. Right? It's more specific. So with us, we're going after hundreds and hundreds of phrases like that, where we're playing Google's game, so to speak, and we're ranking our clients for lots of buyer intent phrases like those phrases. And what happens is, when you draw traffic like that from somebody searching that specific a result, and you build a page that's built for conversions, you're going to get a phone call the majority of the time, as opposed to if somebody typed in Portland dentist, and let's say you're the coveted #1 ranked Portland dentist, right? Yep. What do you think the first thing they're going to look at when they land on that dental website? First thing to look at, where is this dentist located? And because you're from Vancouver, I'm originally from Portland. I keep referring to Portland. Portland's huge. It's northwest, southeast, northeast, right? Yeah. So if I'm over almost by like Tigard, Oregon, if people know where Tigard, Oregon is, and I see like a northwest Portland dentist, I'm not driving, 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
There's no way.
So it's not a good idea to go after those general terms. And here's the bad thing, Kent. Most SEO companies are all going after those general terms, so they're super competitive. You're talking about possibly never achieving that top ranking, and you could be spending 6 to 12 months going after what we call the vanity terms, all for nothing. So why not go after all the terms that you know in your heart people probably are typing in to solve their problem?
And this also ties in, and it ties in well if you have a specific target segment that you're going after, right? If there's a certain type of case you're trying to treat,
Yep.
obviously you want to play to that market. So there's an opportunity to integrate that as well.
Well, and let me add this before I forget.
Yeah.
So many things are going through my mind. Okay, so voice activated search
Okay.
is
Yes.
exploding.
Tell us about this.
Voice activated because of mobile, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if people are doing voice activated search, they're going to search like they talk.
Exactly.
And nobody goes Portland dentist. Nobody's going to go Portland dentist. They're going to say, female dentist located on Barbara Boulevard, and you know where Barbara, I'm sure, right? I'm saying these things that viewers are going to go, what's this talk? You and I know, but they don't know. But you know what I mean? They're going to talk almost complete sentences. So voice activated search is supporting kind of our intuition as SEO guys that people are going to be going after those specific phrases because of voice activated search. And voice activated search is exploding right now. People are searching, talking in their phones.
Yeah, that is. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because it's such a tremendous trend that's happening. So I think that's something you really have to think about for sure. Content. Let's talk about content, because there's a little bit of a dual sword here. On one hand, like you said, you want to keep websites simple and usable. And on the other hand, content's a big player in SEO and
absolutely
how Google ranks you. Tell me, how do you blend those two worlds? What's the best way to do it?
See, Kent, you know more than the average bear. I'm impressed. Very, very good. So, well, here's the thing. You've got to understand that and here's a big problem with most dental websites. Their content is what we call duplicate content because a lot of the big companies provide the content as part of their web packages, but they're not rewriting this content to original content. It's duplicate. So it's not specific to your practice, so there's no brand there at all. It's also not written to reach those people at an emotional level when they read that content. People make their decisions based on emotion and rationalize via logic after they made the decision. So when you're writing content, you want to make sure that you grab them in that first paragraph with their emotional need, whatever that may be. If it's veneers, Invisalign, restorations, implants, sedation, fear of the dentist, sedation, right? You want to reassure them in the first couple of sentences of content on that sedation page. We know you're probably afraid of the dentist. We know it. We're here to help you. Blah 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 blah. Call us today. So within that first paragraph of text, you met them at their emotional need, and it was uniquely written. It wasn't canned content. You have your call to action. They're good to go. The rest of the content could be for Google, and that's where you get more specific. So if it's on sedation, you can have 4 or 5 additional paragraphs breaking down sedation and covering all the different facets of sedation. That's where you feed it for Google. But content for the visitor should be that first paragraph or 2 at the top of every page of your website, and meet them at their emotional level. Don't say we this, we that, we, because I call that wee-weeing all over yourself. Don't do that. You need to talk to that visitor, to them, with your content. So the word that you should be using is the word you. We understand your fear. We're here to help you. You know what I mean? So you want to talk to them through that web page. When they read that first couple of sentences and they realize you're empathizing with them and you're talking to them, and then you put that call to action, done deal. Conversion over right there.
Absolutely. On content, and I think this is worth a couple sentences about. There's a difference. You mentioned content that you can purchase content that's the same content as you'll find on a dental website in New York or across the country.
Right.
Why is original quality content so important in this game in terms of how SEO looks at it?
Well, Google considers it duplicate content. So, I did a study a long time ago with a particular big marketing company out there in dentistry, and it was kind of funny. There's a tool, and hopefully, maybe you'll put a link to this tool, by the way. This is a great tool. It's called Copyscape.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Yeah.
COPYSCAPE.com. You can grab a URL off any web page, type it in there. Now, the free version only allows you, I think, the top 10 duplicate results. And the paid version, I think it's like $7, $9, and it'll show you all of them. Well, of course, as an SEO agency, we've got the paid version. So with one of the prospects that we were talking to, that was considering leaving one of the big companies out there to come over to us, I wanted to make an impact on them real quick. And so we were doing a screen share of their website on my computer. So they were watching me do my thing.
Yeah.
And I pulled up Copyscape.
Yeah.
And I grabbed their veneer page. And when I grabbed their veneer page, I put it in Copyscape. And I said, this tool will tell me how many other dental websites have the exact copy your website has.
Yeah.
And the number was 1,176. And the dentist just went, I mean, it was like you could have heard a dime drop. They said 1,100 websites have this page. I said, yes. So Google doesn't like duplicate content. Google wants to see originally written content. Now, here's what dentists are going to say. Well, how can you write a veneer page different? It's going to be, you know, when you've got 130,000 dentists in the United States, how are you going to write it different?
Yeah,
you've got to, and our writers do this, and I force our dental writers to do this, but you've got to write the page fresh without even looking at any previous content. Just start writing the page.
Yeah. And
just do it off your mind. And a dentist can do this. They know the content. You know, truly, I will say this, Kent. I know dentists are busy, but there is no excuse. Dentists or dental assistants, office managers can write the copy for their websites for sure. And when they write it off their own head, I will virtually guarantee you that will not be copied content anywhere else because they wrote it right out of their head. Yep. And when you do it that way, that's a way to avoid that duplicate content issue, is when you just write it fresh without looking at any other pages. Don't pull up another veneer page of another dentist. Don't have it up on your screen. Don't even look at it. Just start writing about veneers and write for the visitor. So when you talk about those veneers, you're saying how the veneers are going to make their smile beautiful. They're going to have more confidence. They're going to go to that reunion beaming with that big smile. They're going to go to that wedding with the big white. So all those emotions, right? Get them to experience the end result with your content.
Yeah, fantastic. But so there's so much good information in there. I mean, truthfully, that's such a big piece right there on content. So I love that. Well, Mike, anything else that you want to share with our viewers in terms of SEO or website marketing? Anything else that's just top of mind for you?
Well, it's all about trying to drive traffic to your website, whether you do Facebook marketing, whether you do Google ads, whether you do organic SEO. It's all about driving traffic to a website. And then the second, it's a twofold thing here. You've got to have a high converting website. So you've got to have a website that's built for conversions, and then you've got to drive traffic to that website. If one or the other is missing, so let's say you've got a great website and you're not ranked anywhere in Google and you're getting no traffic. Well, that website, and here I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona, so I'm going to say that website's like being out in the middle of the desert. Nobody's going to ever find this beautiful website. Well, the flip side of that would be have a horrible website and drive a lot of traffic to it. People are going to bail. That bounce rate's going to be through the roof because their expectations of web design and usability are so high now, they're going to land on this website and they're going to be gone. So it's, if I can close on anything, it's two important elements: high converting dental website, driving traffic to that website. There's your two things right there.
Perfect. That's fantastic. Mike, for anyone who wants to get in touch with you, I understand you have an offer you want to throw out there for people that want to learn more from you.
Yeah, this has been kind of cool. I've been doing what I call a video website analysis. So I will analyze their website via video, me personally, and I'll record it, and I'll send them the recording. And it'll be, it's 5 to 10 minutes long because I don't want to overwhelm people. But the response I've had so far has been through the roof. These dentists, they're blown away to see somebody take the time to be on their website, shooting a screen capture of their website, clicking through pages. And so the offer is, and I can't guarantee doing hundreds and hundreds of these, but it is, we'll send them to a page and they fill out a little bit of a questionnaire. So we just kind of see where they're at with their business. And then they schedule a call with me. And once they schedule that call, one of the questions on that form fills in their website. So before the call happens, I'll do that video analysis so that when we have the call, they can watch that video analysis right over the call.
Perfect. And we'll have the URL right below the video here, but do you want to mention it just in case?
Yeah, Yeah, it's just www.thedentalboost.com/chat, CHAT, hyphen with hyphen Mike. So chat with Mike. So dentalboost.com/chat hyphen with hyphen Mike.
And for those of you listening right now, you'll see that link below the video, but just in case you don't have the screen up or anything, just wanted Mike to have a chance to mention that. You guys should definitely take advantage of that. That's a great offer. Mike, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Great chat. I mean, tons of practical information in there. I think that's super educational. But website marketing, SEO, those are complex topics. I think you did a fantastic job making it more digestible for the average person. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Hey, Kent, thanks for having me on. I hope it helps the dentists that are watching out there.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. We'll catch you next time. Thanks again, Mike. Bye, everyone.